Hi everyone, Brian Valerio with another Corp Gov alert. I want to talk about SOP voting, say-on-pay voting during the 2021 proxy season. The 2021 proxy season was a record breaker in many different respects. We've talked previously about the record-breaking support that environmental and social shareholder proposals received, but today I want to talk about the high level of failed say-on-pay votes during the 2021 proxy season. So during last year's pandemic or the ongoing pandemic, there was significant economic shutdowns, and a lot of chatter was centered around how companies are going to handle their executive compensation packages in light of the economic conditions that were put in place during the height of the lockdowns last year. There was significant discussion about how proxy advisory firms and institutional investors would view the use of discretion and or one-time awards. So what was interesting to find was that this year there were a particularly high number of failed say-on-pay votes at S&P 500 companies. There were 16 during the 2020 proxy season, as opposed to 16 during the 2021 proxy season, as opposed to 12 during the entire year of 2020. So you can see a market jump during that time period. There were also another additional 10 firms in the S&P 500 that received less than 60% support. So not an outright failure by any means, but definitely an expression of shareholder opposition to the design and programs at those additional companies. So there's some theories going on about as to why there were the increased number of failures at public companies this year. And some compensation consultants believe that the failures were largely driven by a significant disconnect between pay and performance. That's usually a good indicator of a potential issue for a say-on-pay vote. There were also a significant number of failed say-on-pays that were likely due to COVID-related adjustments and or actions and decisions that compensation committees and companies made regarding the executive compensation packages. There was also just an overall sense that the pay for performance was misaligned at a significant number of companies, and ultimately that is what led to their failure. Now, Equilar, on the other hand, said that there was probably already heightened shareholder concern and criticism that CEO pay was already too high, and the pandemic only heightened that concern, and ultimately some of the failures were due to just opposition to the magnitude of say-on-pay compensation that we saw over the past year. So this is just an overview of some of the reasons for potential say-on-pay failures, as well as a look at the number of say-on-pay failures and how it was greater than what we had seen in previous years. So if you have any questions or want to learn more about say-on-pay during the 2021 proxy season, feel free to reach out. We can talk about it.